Good morning, Bachman Middle School. Today is Thursday, February 24th. It is a B day, it is a band day 6, and I am Mr. Strand with today's Tiger Talk. We're going to get started with our word of the week. This week's word is lofty. Lofty means at an imposing height or reaching a noble or exalted position. So, for the last week of Black History Month, we are looking at Black athletes and performers who reached lofty heights in their field. And today's featured performer is Sidney Poitier. Born in 1927, Sidney Poitier was one of America's most famous movie stars in the 1950s and 1960s, starring in films like Paris Blues, No Way Out, and In the Heat of the Night, which might be the movie he's best remembered for. He won an Academy Award in 1963 for the film Lilies of the Field. He was the first Black actor to win Best Actor at the Academy Awards. Poitier was also very active in the civil rights movement. He attended the 1963 March on Washington and even knew Dr. King personally. Here you can see them together. He also directed films of his own, including Buck and the Preacher and one of my all-time favorite movies, A Warm December. He died just this January 6th, 2022, at the age of 94. You should check out some of those movies sometime. Those ones are all really good. Next up, a reminder about the yearbook.
Friendly reminder about the Thankful Thursday photo competition. Deadline tomorrow, Friday, February 25th. Take a photo with or of something you're thankful for.
Send it to Molly Cray in Schoology or email it to mcray@isd192.org.
A big thank you to 8th graders Eileen, Karis, and Savannah for helping me out with that. Once again, if you're submitting something to the photo competition for the yearbook, that deadline is tomorrow. Send those pictures to Mrs. Cray by tomorrow. You still have about a month to order a yearbook. Those orders are due on March 25th. Now, here are 8th graders Aaron and Ashley with an announcement concerning Faith Club.
Hey guys, just a reminder that Faith Club is this Friday,
The 25th.
so be there.
So once again, that's Faith Club tomorrow morning before school in Mrs. Fedora's room. Finally, it's time for Student Showcase. This is the segment where Bachman students show off classwork or something else that they've made that they are proud of. Today's featured video comes from 6th grader Daisy H., and she made it in Miss Stockman's science class.
Chemistry is the study of matter. Everything around us is made out of matter, even us. Atoms and molecules are the tiny building blocks of matter. 3 different states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Plasma is also a state of matter, but we're going to be mainly talking about how the atoms and molecules react with one another. Heating and cooling matter. In solid, liquid, and gas, the atoms and molecules' vibration, movement, and the space between molecules are all different. When you heat matter, the atoms increase in motion, causing them to space out further. Use this metal ring and ball, for example. During room temperature, it can fit through perfectly fine, but when it's heated, it cannot fit through due to the space between atoms increasing. The atoms do not actually enlarge themselves. Changing states of matter. Melting. Melting is the change from a solid to a liquid. When a solid is heated, the motion starts to increase so much that the molecules will begin to slide past one another. It no longer vibrates in a fixed position. Now it is able to move and slide past each other freely. Evaporation. Evaporation is the change from a liquid to a gas. When the motion of the atoms and molecules are strong enough, they overcome their attractions and can rise into the air as a gas. Heat also makes the process faster. Condensation. Condensation is the change from a gas to a liquid. When a gas is cooled, the motion of the molecules slow down, letting the attractions bring them closer together, becoming a liquid. Freezing. Freezing is the process of a liquid changing to a solid. When they are cooled, they move so slow that the attractions between them cause them to move closer together and vibrate in place. Compression, diffusion, and thermal expansion. Compression. Compression is when you force atoms closer together, which is basically reducing volume or size. Diffusion. Diffusion is the movement of particles from areas of higher concentration to areas of lower concentration. Thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is when matter changes volume in response to temperature. When it's cold, it contracts. If it's hot, it expands. which is why sidewalks have spaces in between due to the expansion in the summer and the contraction in the winter. Density. Density is how tightly compacted the molecules are. You can find it by doing the equation density equals mass divided by volume. Take these two rocks for example. The one on the right is clearly bigger than the left, but it floats in the water because its density is less than 1. But on the other rock, it may be small, but its density is way more than 1, causing it to sink. Mixtures versus solutions. Mixture is two or more different objects or substances combined. For example, a salad or salad dressing. Solutions are also mixtures, but is when a substance seems to disappear in another. Both mixtures and solutions can be taken apart. Most solutions can be taken apart with evaporation. Physical versus chemical changes. A physical change is a change in form, size, shape, or state of matter. In order to have a chemical change, energy is required or released during a reaction. Physical changes are reversible while chemical changes aren't.
Thank you so much for that impressive animation, Daisy. That's all for today, but we'll be back tomorrow with more Tiger Talk. See you then.